Thank you for checking out this review. Happy Friday to you. Thank God it's Friday. For real. My job been kicking my ass all week long. Anyway, let's get into the Little Women of Atlanta. Why you mad, sis? This episode was good. It was real good. Everybody was mad. And I was about ready to put Emily's ass in the damn chokehold. You know, Don Diva. At any rate, this episode opens up with Juicy and Minnie. They meet up with the street execs because Al, I think he's the top manager, is still not sold on the little people idea as artists. You know, that's his right, whatever. So they have a sit down and they listen to all the artists' music. First up was the Cheeks. And he was not feeling the Cheeks at all. He was like, oh my God. I agree. I don't know if it's that song or it's the Cheeks themselves, but it's real kids popish. I ain't feeling it at all. So next they played the Tiny Twins song, Every Day. And you know, that song is a vibe. It's a bop. And even Al was feeling it, but he decided to still hate on it a little bit. He was like, well, I'm still doubtful. I just don't know. And Minnie was trying to sell it to him, as was GC and Issa. You know, like they got sex appeal. They know how to work the crowd, but he ain't trying to hear it. Next up was Bump Man. I forgot the name of his song, but his music is real polished. You know, you can tell he got experience. Al still wasn't feeling it all like that either. And then finally was A Beer, and he seemed to like that song. What was it called? What was that song called? I Ain't Scared. I Ain't Never Scared. That's what it was called. Real Raw. But he seemed to like that. However, he wasn't sold. He said ain't nobody ready to go on the tour. And basically, he wants to see some numbers before he commits to anything. Fair enough. So, the next steps were for Juicy and Minnie to get together with the artists and create a EP. They end up calling it an LP because it's little people. You know, little play on words there. So, the street execs thinks that it would be a good idea if they just did a compilation album. Got all the artists together and basically see what them streaming numbers look like. So maybe, you know, after that point, maybe they can revisit the whole tour situation. I understand that. I understand that nobody wants to make a huge investment in something if it's not a sure deal. Can't blame Al for that. So let's talk about the Cheeks for a moment. The Cheeks kind of feel that they've been pushed aside by the street execs since Emily is pregnant. And they kind of have, you know. So they take matters into their own hands. They want to do a video shoot for the Why You Mad Sis song. And they don't even own the rights to that song. So I hope their ass don't get sued. You know. At any rate, Juicy meets them down at the video shoot later on in the episode. And she's talking to them about the whole compilation idea that the street execs have. And Emily really feeling herself. For whatever reason, I guess they got a couple songs out, so she feels that none of the other artists are even on their level. And she don't want to work with them no damn way to keep it all the way 100, you know. So Juicy was trying to explain to Emily how this would be a good look for them. Getting some music out there, working with other people, letting the street execs know what they have. And Emily still ain't feeling it. And Bree was getting pissed off because Emily is speaking for the both of them. Bree wanted to do the compilation. So Juicy was trying to explain to them that you shouldn't really be turning down opportunities because y'all not discovered yet. To keep it all the way real, they not. So she really need to calm it down a bit. And I think Bree is just about sick of Emily's shit. I wouldn't be surprised if she just dropped her ass. I wouldn't even be mad. Hey. So let's talk about Andrea for a little bit. Andrea makes her way back over to the apartment. She hasn't been there in a while because her and Chris got their wires crossed last episode. I forgot what the argument was about, but she comes over and apologizes to Chris for her actions and explains to him that she's really been angry, you know, frustrated. She has a lot going on right now. She's planning a wedding. She's trying to get a rap career off the ground. And on top of that, her children aren't with her. So she's missing her children as well. And Chris accepts her apology, really tells her that it was no need to apologize. She probably did the right thing, leaving, cooling off for a little bit. And Chris also mentions his behavior in the past, how he always used to walk out of a relationship when things got a little hot, little heated. And he says he didn't handle things the right way. So I think Chris is really starting to mature. I'm really proud of Chris. I'm proud of Chris, and it's about time. They getting ready to get married. They gotta put a lot of those little childish games behind them. So that's what's up. Chris also offers to go get Andre because he knows that's going to make Andrea feel better. That was sweet. That was sweet. When Andre gets over there, you know, that just brightens Andrea's day. You know, he looks just like her, by the way. Little cutie pie. Andrea also mentions that she was trying to keep the fact that Andre was over there away from Amanda. She feels that it'd be a distraction from her writing and planning the wedding, but Amanda don't got kids, you know. Mothers have to juggle that type of shit all the time, okay? So let's talk about Minnie for a moment. She's at the podcast with Monie Love. They're talking about romance and rappers. That was the topic of the day. And during that conversation, we find out that Minnie hasn't been on a date in a very long time, and Monie Love tries to hook her up. She need to hook me up too. So Minnie is down for it. She says she want to drink some of Monie's Kool-Aid. I don't know. This sounded kind of off, but anyway, she down for the hookup. She down for the hookup. So Minnie does decide to go out on the blind date. The guy's name is Odell. He's real handsome too. I need Monie Love to hook me up. I wonder if she got more where that came from. For real. Anyway, they have some small conversation. Minnie asked him whether he's ever dated a little person before, and he says that he's a little person himself because he's under 6 foot. And I can see where he's going with that. Women, we tend to discriminate against short men. It is what it is. But Odell, he seemed like a cool dude. He has 3 kids. I think the oldest just finished high school, and he's also a comedian, lives in South Carolina or is from South Carolina, something like that. But he's real funny, real charming. I think he gonna charm the panties right off of Minnie. You know, hold a nickel between your knees, girl. But yeah, I think that's a good look for her. It was real cute, real cute. So Minnie meets up with Abira and the twins to talk about this compilation album. And, you know, she basically told them what happened at the street execs meeting, how Al still wasn't convinced. He wants to see more. He wants to see some numbers. And, of course, they weren't real happy about that. They feel like they have to do a lot more to prove themselves because they're little people. And Minnie brings up the fact that Al doesn't want it to seem like a circus. And I know everybody ain't PC, but I thought that was real shady. At any rate, everybody is on board with the compilation album, and they got the right spirit about it. They hungry, you know, and that's the spirit you gotta have. You can't be like Emily, turning her nose up at everything and everybody. So later on in the episode, Minnie steps to Miss Juicy. And it was not pretty. She was mad, sis. She was mad. So she found out about how Juicy approached the twins about possibly being their management. So she confronted her about it. She didn't want Juicy talking to her artists at all. She was the one that did all the work. So how dare you come in behind me and try to basically rip all my work right from under me. And I agree. Juicy was dead ass wrong for that shit that she did. Her and the twins weren't working together, so you can't do that. You can't do that. That was real slick, slimy, and shady, Juicy. For real. Juicy did have some points. Minnie doesn't have experience at all. Juicy has a lot more experience managing people, but you was still dead ass wrong. Period. So everybody meets up with the Street Execs to talk about this compilation album, and everybody there was on board. The twins, Bree, Bumpman, Abira, Juicy, Minnie, everybody is on board except for the Don Diva, Emily. And opportunities are scarce for everybody. So I can only imagine as a little person, I'm sure they're even scarcer. So she had the audacity to sit through this meeting with a real nasty attitude. She was turning her nose up at everybody. She was basically trying to explain to the Street Execs that she doesn't feel she should have to do a compilation with people that are not on her level. Y'all got like one video that went viral, I think you need to calm down just a little bit, Emily. And the thing about it, even if that were true, if they weren't on your level, it's your attitude. Nobody want to work with somebody like that. Nobody. So you're making yourself look bad in front of the Street Execs and the world. It's just not a good look, sis. It's not a good look. So Emily is all in the confessional. She's basically saying that of course everybody would want to work with them because they would only add to them. And she's explaining how Abira has been doing this for so long and she hasn't gotten anywhere in her career. All good points, but I mean, this whole compilation album would only help you, just like it would help everybody else. So Emily really needs to get over herself. And I mean, I'm hoping that she didn't spoil this for everybody else that was there. That was a bad look, sis. That was a bad look. At any rate, that was the Little Women of Atlanta. Emily was real mad, sis. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. Give your girl a like, subscribe if you like the content, and I will see you next time. Peace.